You need to donate your blood today if you're currently experiencing some of these symptoms, which could actually be hurting you in the long run. When you go and donate blood, in some cases, you're actually benefiting yourself as well as the person who's receiving your blood. This is because when you donate blood, you're donating your red blood cells. Red blood cells have something called hemoglobin, which is a protein that contains iron. In some cases, your red blood cell count can be too high. This can be possible if you're someone who exercises a lot. It can be due to your genetics or possibly some pharmaceuticals that you're taking that can increase your red blood cell count. When your red blood cell count is high, it also increases something called your hematocrit, which is basically the volume of red blood cells in a certain area. The higher your hematocrit, the more red blood cells you have, and the thicker your blood is going to become. Now, this can have negative health effects such as higher blood pressure and increased risk of blood clots. So in this case, you want to lower your red blood cell count some and also lower your hematocrit and iron. Donating blood is one way to accomplish this. Now, there are also certain circumstances in which donating blood may not be for you. One of the downsides of donating blood is that it is a drastic process that reduces your red blood cell count very rapidly. Your body may make some adaptations to ensure that your body's getting enough oxygen without that iron and those red blood cells that you just gave away. So the way that your body is going to compensate in order for these red blood cells that you just gave away is by increasing your heart rate and increasing your blood pressure. Now, this may only be a temporary process while your body rebuilds enough red blood cells to get back to normal levels, but this is a process that can take a couple of weeks. And this is something that you may not be expecting. If you're someone who has a chronically high red blood cell count and you constantly need to donate blood, this can also have negative effects on your iron levels and your ferritin levels over time, because your hematocrit is raising so much that you're not able to give enough blood and give enough iron in order to keep that level without your iron levels going down too low. If your iron levels are constantly low, you're going to be dealing with symptoms like constant dizziness, fatigue, trouble catching your breath, and it can also affect your exercise performance, especially if you're doing something that's going to involve more cardiovascular activity. If you're someone who responds negatively to a blood donation, you may have to look into alternative methods in order to keep your red blood cell count, your iron levels, and your hematocrit more stable. We at Leviathan Nutrition have formulated a product called Hemo Flow, which serves this exact purpose of controlling hematocrit, iron, red blood cell count without the crash that you experience whenever you donate blood. So there is no adaptation process in your body's hematology that it has to undergo. It's all going to be constant, and you are going to get a gradual return of hematocrit levels down to the proper baseline. If you're interested in that product, you can check it out on our site, leviathan-nutrition.com, or you can buy it on Amazon. Hopefully this video has been informative for you and can tell you exactly if you're the type of person who needs to donate blood or not.